Hey guys, Cody here, Wandering Beast channel, and today I want to go over water and the importance of water and being able to procure clean, drinkable water basically anywhere you go. Alright guys, now going over some of the pros of the LifeSaver. Right off the bat, with our preparedness talk, we talked about needing the ability to take water with us. 55-gallon drums are not going to be able to be picked up and moved. So something around that 5-gallon capacity is ideally what you're looking for. Some jerry cans that you can keep water with you. The fact that this has integrated in a filter all the way down to virus level is absolutely amazing. You use a very simple, intuitive pump to create pressure. I'll show you here in a second. A very large filter membrane, and it has been absolutely amazing to have it along with most of the adventures we've done on the bus. Not quite a year now. I got it last summer. We're coming into the next summer and I'm looking forward to using it even more. This is a pretty bulletproof package that LifeSaver has created here for emergency preparedness, for overlanding, for car camping. Let's take a look. Alright guys, now take a look at the top. You're going to see a nice big grab handle. You're going to see very durable plastic material. I've had no qualms with this, and I will put in some inserts of some of these scratches. Some of them are pretty deep. This thing has taken some abuse for almost not quite a year of using it. But on top is really kind of where the magic happens. The top here, you're going to see there's a quick quarter turn, and that releases the pump. This thing, 15 so pumps, it's going to give you enough pressure to get water out the spigot. Now, if I open this up, you're going to hear the pressure release. Here's the pump, nice and simple, field serviceable. That's where you fill the water up. And then on the other side is where the magic happened. All right, coming in a little bit closer, you can see that the spout is really designed to have this in a horizontal position, much like some of the other water jerrys that are around there. Nice push down quarter turn, and water can flow out of here. If I give it some pumps, but I'm going to show you the filter material here. Now, when you come in here to the cap, the first thing you're going to see is there is a charcoal disc in there. This is a consumable. You will need to replace this after so many gallons. Again, I'll put some of the information down here. I've not replaced this one yet. I'll probably do it on a yearly basis depending on how much use I'd get out of this. Here's where the magic happens. Check out the size of this hollow fill filter. There's some serious filtering that's going to be happening here, and I'll put it in comparison with some of the other filters we've covered in the past in just the various size components. But that is an amazing filter. It's going to give you really good flow, as well as just be able to filter down to that virus level, which gives you just 100% confidence of anywhere you pick up your water from, your family's going to be safe and you're going to have clean drinking water anywhere you go. All right, now talking about the filter pump, quarter turn again unlocks the handle. This thing is not difficult. This is left-handed. You're going to see, you're going to go up about 15, 20 pumps, which is going to be more than adequate. And now with that sort of push quarter turn, you're going to see the water starts flowing. It really is a game changer for backcountry living, for emergency preparedness, you name it. Having the ability to have that inline filter, right? We talked about it in some of my other water videos. Having that grab and go all in one package. You know, I've got inline filters for every Camelback I use. I've had the chance over many years to use, break, try so many different water filters. Now, speaking of breaking, water and freezing temperatures and filters don't always go together, especially when you get these physical hollow membrane filters. Now, any sort of winter camping that you do, generally I will disconnect or blow out the filter, and I will keep that either in the tent, in the sleeping bag, something so I know the next day I can reuse it. If that water freezes inside the filter, it's going to crack and break that membrane, and you're not going to no longer have that, you know, 0.1 micron, whatever your filter ratio is. You're not going to have that. It's going to be broke. Now, give you a little caveat to this while I'm leading up to it, is I had some winter camping adventures in the adventure bus here where it got cold enough that I was warm enough in the back of the bus, but I had this jerry can near the door. Now, my door steps are not insulated at the moment, and it got to the point where it didn't completely freeze, But when I woke up and realized it had got as cold as it did, which I didn't expect it to that night where I was camped, there was still some ice inside of the jerry can. And to the point where when I wanted to take the filter out and kind of blow it out and check it, I couldn't because it was still locked in a little ring of ice. So I had to wait to about a day, half a day, till it warmed up that day and I could actually release that filter. I didn't want to push it. I didn't want to pour melting hot water in there. I just let it gradually thaw out. Now, when I returned home, I got a hold of LifeSaver and their customer service was great. They actually got a hold of some of their actual techs and they wanted to make sure, how can I tell that that filter is good still? How do I go and continue and test and use this and tell my family this is clean drinking water that I just pulled out of a river if I can't prove it? And so what they did is they said, put it back in, pump it up, and when you open it, if you hear air pressure, and so I did it exactly this. I put in a shot of me just letting the water go into my sink, kitchen sink at home. And if you hear that, then you've got a problem and you need to replace it. I'm happy to say it was totally fine. It was totally bad on my part. If I would have damaged the filter, I do not have a spare on that, so that was another learning curve. Potentially maybe bring a spare. I certainly need to get a few more of those charcoal tabs that go on there for flavor. But the amount of life and gallons that that one filter can do if you don't damage it is over like 2,500 gallons. That's a lot. And the capacity of making sure that my family of 5 has fresh water, it's absolutely perfect for what I need. Now I will let you know, I've talked about emergency preparedness in the house. We had a situation where we used this solely for almost a week. While I had to dig up the main line from the street into the house, we had 0 water inside. I had family members that we could go shower with, and you know, we could use the restroom if we needed to, but what I ended up doing is just using it as a preparedness challenge. And we only used the water coming out of the LifeSaver. We used buckets out of the canal to flush the toilets, and we took, you know, measured showers. We'll talk about that in another video with showers. But I bring up showers is because this actually has an attachment for it. You guys know that I'm extremely honest about my reviews. This was sent to me for review. However, I'm not going to really review the shower portion of it. I don't recommend getting that. I was really looking forward to using it. I just don't think it's quite there yet. We'll talk about why here in a second. I'll attach it and I'll show you. I just don't think it's been fully thought through. It's kind of an add-on. Now, I love everything the way they've designed it. I just think it needs this next evolution of engineering to make this shower attachment a better option. All right guys, coming in close, you're gonna see this little quick attachment. There is an O-ring. There's an O-ring that they gave me in the kit so that I could use this quick disconnect for the shower unit. All right guys, now talking about the shower attachment, I want to give you a little bit more information. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pump this up another 15 times until I have a good amount of pressure in here. Now I've got this laying on the ground and you're going to see the attachment for the shower hose is just kind of a standard sink attachment. We'll press the button and that's it. It's not great. And I can get this thing to where it's like bowed out pressure wise. Another 15, 20, which you're not really supposed to do, and that's it. It's enough to kind of wet yourself, but I wouldn't really call it a shower. The other big problem with it is the length of it. Now I'm 6'4", and even if I set it up here on the bus, you can see it's just barely reaching. The problem I had in the house was I didn't have anywhere high enough in like a shower to where I could actually use this. You know, it's a little anemic. It does get you wet, but I didn't feel like it was really rinsing, and I kept having to pump this quite a bit. So for the length of the handle, for the pressure that's created, it's a nice idea. I would love to see version 2 of that come out. Potentially a different head, a smaller diameter, something that I'm playing with that I've used in the past. We'll talk about it in a different video. It's just kind of the pump bug sprayers, you know, where you put hot water in 1 gallon. That way you can kind of measure out 1 gallon of shower water for everyone in the family, and everyone can stay clean. And that even has kind of more of a mist of a spray, and it feels like you can actually get your soap rinsed out of your hair, your shampoo. This was just, I felt like I was doing a watering can or something. It just didn't have, with the pump, that much pressure, and it was really kind of disappointing. All right guys, wrapping up the review of the Jerry Can from LifeSaver. Pros, absolutely bomb-proof design. Can filter more gallons than you guys will probably ever need. It's intuitive, it's easy to use, it holds enough. The form fit factor, that using it in car camping, overland situation, having that ability to carry the water and filter it, knowing you can grab it from a stream or anywhere, is fantastic. I've absolutely loved using it for almost the last year. The only cons I can really tell you about, one is the shower attachment that we just talked about. I also find the square size of it does not fit in all the Jerry Can holders, so you may have to measure and check to make sure it fits in your Jerry Can if you plan on putting it on the back of your, Tacoma or something like that. As well as the designed holes that you see going through the container are for strength and structure, is my imagining for it. The engineering of being able to pump pressure into there and keep it from billowing out. Those holes that go across there are cross members. It would be really cool to see them coming out with some sort of a Jerry Can or something that is made to utilize those mounting holes, a lot like a Rotopax container would. They have that oblong shape that you can punch a key through and tighten it down and really secure it to your vehicle. That's really the only downsides I found of this. I hope you found this review helpful. Let me know if you have any questions. This has been Wandering Beast, and we'll see you down the road.
Thanks for all the love and support. You guys are amazing. Please like, share, and subscribe. Follow the adventure on social media, and we'll see you on the road.